All right.
Yeah. I don't watch basketball.
Basketball?
Do you know why it was called basketball? You want to hear this story?
Because there's a basket and you throw a ball in it?
Yeah, well, there was a teacher in Springfield College. It was actually, the Basketball Hall of Fame is like an hour from me. Springfield, Massachusetts. And I think he wanted something. I don't know if they were like, they needed some outdoor activity for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was, but one of the professors there, he decided to just pin a basket to like a wall. Hence basketball. That's it. That's the show.
Riveting shit.
That's the show for today. You learned one thing from the show, and that was it. We'll see you next week.
All right, after Mike's words of wisdom, hello everybody, and welcome to Sports Comic News, episode 67. I am one of your hosts, Chris.
And it's Mike.
Mike.
Nothing like saying we don't have a lot to talk about by talking about sports on here. I could just see us if this turned into a sports podcast. Like, there could be any other subject that we turn the podcast into that would lose all our listeners instantly.
Yeah. Especially since we have like one demographic, because we're both like Northeast.
Hey, I play sports once in a while. I just don't play them well. I play them. Basketball is the one with the touchdowns, right? Just so I'm clear.
So today we went to the National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. So
I didn't even ask you. Hold on a second. I didn't even ask you about your day. Usually, if anybody listens to the podcast, I usually ask Chris about his weekend or something. Yeah. But now he's just telling me because he knows we need some filler.
Yeah, we need plenty of filler because we have like two things to talk about. But yeah, right, so they and we walk in.
Wait, what's the National Museum of Play?
So it's just this museum for kids, and it has a bunch of stuff. Like there's like a Berenstain Bears exhibit. There's a
what?
Yeah.
What?
There's like
oh my god.
What the fuck else is there? There's stuff like kid stuff, and
so you loved it.
Yeah, and the big thing there is that the video game museum is there, so that's where like the video game like Hall of Fame is and everything. Yeah, and like they just inducted Pokemon last year, so I had to go see like the Pokemon exhibit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But as soon as I walked in, they had a gift shop, and the ever elusive Super Friends Aquaman action figure was there.
No, it wasn't.
I've been looking for that for like
Did you pick it up?
6-7 months. Oh yeah, I picked it up. Way overpriced, but I have it.
I have something to share on the podcast today too.
Oh, show and tell podcast.
Back here behind the Nicolas Cage. I'm reaching behind Nicolas Cage. Whoa, what am I going to pull out of here? Oh man. Watch out, Nicolas Cage. Anybody's wondering, that is Nicolas Cage as my wallpaper from Con Air. The best movie ever made. Check it out. If you don't know what it is, it's called Con Air. Just figure it out. It's a plane full of convicts.
Well, you say it's the best movie ever made, but I'm pretty sure Nicolas Cage wasn't in Commando.
Oh, well. Can you see this?
Is it a New Gods #1?
Yeah.
Mike disappeared. There he is again.
The camera kind of just doesn't know what to do when I hold this up to it. It just shows all of Nicolas Cage. And now I'm back. Okay. But anyways, this New Gods #1. I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet. I don't know if I will. I feel like if I want to read it, I can just find it online and read it and not have to open this ever.
So, funny story. They announced that the New Gods movie is being made, right?
Yeah.
So now there's a big rumor going around, and I didn't put it in the show notes because I don't like talking about rumors, but fuck it, we need stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
and
you had all the rumors, dude.
There's a rumor going around that Marvel is prepping to do an Eternals movie, and the Eternals were basically the New Gods that Jack Kirby did before he went to DC.
Yeah, this could be bad. Well, I don't know. It's like it's a race. It's like it's like a nuclear arms race, but it's the race who could ever take advantage. Like Marvel's like got one more property that they can't one up DC on right now. It's because they haven't released it, and that's like their new gods. So they're like, we can't let them have anything. Even like Commandy, like nobody fucking reads Commandy. But if they if they even thought about having a movie about a boy and his tiger on an island, Disney would be like, all right, we're rebooting Jungle Book all over again. Just to shoot him down. Don't ask me any questions about Commandy because that's all I know about him is he lives on an island with a tiger.
Sounds riveting.
That's all I've ever seen because it's like, who the hell wants to read that? I don't believe he doesn't have any superpowers either. I don't know.
Oh, what's the point? I mean, he doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, they tried to like. I believe it's like him and Hawkman. They just keep trying to do like solo books, and they last about like I don't know single digit numbers, and then they kind of just drop off. I don't know. DC Metal made Hawkman. That was the biggest thing to come out of DC Metal. Forget all the continuity stuff and all the Justice League books we're getting. Is the fact that they made Hawkman cool. Or like relevant. They made him like the laughing stock of the DC to like, holy crap, he's the reason.
There are so many tens of Hawkeye fans that are really mad at you right now.
Well, it's not Hawkman's fault, all right? I think we've talked about the DC origin of Hawkman, of how like they rebooted his origin like to the point where they can't even fix it with comic book science. They've totally screwed the character over. So like we don't even know like which Carter Hall's which. I don't know. Is he actually reincarnated? Or is he just a regular dude? Nobody knows.
Yeah. Hawkman.
Poor guy. Now, Hawk Girl, though, is awesome. She was part of Earth, too, man. Forget Hawkman. Hawk Girl is where it's at. Like, just get rid of Hawkman. And Hawkman is just such a stupid name. Like, anybody could came up with that name. I feel like that was when they had, like, the intern name one. They're like, all right, Jimmy, we'll let you name one hero. And they, like, have all these awesome names, like, I don't know, Black Lightning and Batman and Superman. They're like, Hawkman. They're like, really, dude? Really? That's what you came up with? Whatever. Anyways.
You know, like Batman, Spider-Man.
Yeah. They're just mans. And then Spider-Woman. Woman.
Woman.
Woman. All right, we'll start talking about the news. Sorry. We're sorry to put you through that. Anyways, I watched a movie this weekend. That's what I did this weekend. I went and saw... I still haven't seen Ready Player One. I really want to see Ready Player One. I went and saw A Quiet Place, which, before I talk about A Quiet Place, it played the trailer for this. I love horror movies, if you know that. You listen to the show if you're a new fan. You don't know that? I like horror movies, so now you know. The trailer for this movie called Relatives played, and I think it's Relatives. It's either Relatives or Hereditary, and like I know those names are not even relatively close, but I keep mixing it up. It's either Hereditary or Relatives. But it's about this like I don't even know. It looks really trippy. It's by the producer of the Witch movie that I absolutely love. It's one of my top favorite horror movies. But it's like this family, and they always have to like have a creepy kid in the family, right? That's just like children scare the shit out of me to begin with. And then they have like this girl in the movie who doesn't even speak. She just makes this noise, and the noise is like, it's like, I can't even, it's like some like weird sound she makes with her throat, like that. And that's all she does. Like, that's the noise she makes. And she's like, I feel so bad for this girl because they like casted her as the actress, but she is so ugly. Oh my God. It's like, and everybody's been saying that, like, I feel so bad for this child, but like, it's true. Like, they had to pick a really creepy looking kid, and it was like, oh God. So there's something going on with the kid. I don't know if she's like evil, but basically the grandmother of the family dies, and she had all these models of like people that like, I don't know if they're these little clay models or something. I don't know, but there's like, it looks really creepy, almost like Donnie Darko style weirdness, because like it just made me feel really stressed and uncomfortable watching the trailer. And I've heard people talking about it because I think it was at like Sundance, and they said this is like the scariest movie they've ever seen. So I'm really excited for it. And I'm already going to say it's the scariest movie I've ever seen because I hate kids in movies. Like, I know I said that, but like this is going to be the scariest child in any of the movies I've ever seen. Anyways, so I went and saw A Quiet Place. It wasn't so much of a horror movie. It was more of like a suspense thriller. There's a lot of jump scares of like when you see the monster and stuff. I'm not. Should I spoil it? You want me to spoil the movie?
I mean, I'm never gonna go see it, but
Okay, this is spoilers for A Quiet Place. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Just go see the movie. I would give it like 8 out of 10 for horror movies. There's some really sad parts in it. It was like I was more sad throughout the movie than scared. And then it's weird too to be like really upset and like sad into the movie, and then like the next scene you're getting this shit scared out of you. It's like a roller coaster of emotions. But John Krasinski is really great in it. Emily Blunt, they're actually married in real life. It was really good. And it had like these, I'm not going to spoil it, but it had like this I Am Legend / Signs / Stranger Things. It was just a blender of all like really like good M. Night Shyamalan stuff mixed with Stranger Things and no sound at all. So I think it was good that I went and saw this movie later after it came out, because I heard a lot of people complaining that because they have to use sign language throughout the movie, there's not a lot of music. People are just being rude as hell in the theater, which people are normally rude as hell in the theater, but you could usually be masked by like loud explosions and like gunfire. But like this movie has like no sound. So if you go see it now, like in a theater that's empty.
yeah, my father especially gets mad at me because I'm the guy in the theater who will say something if you're talking or on your phone.
Well, yeah,
I'm the guy who will speak up. And every time, him and my girlfriend are both like, will look at me and be like, just don't say anything. It's like, no, fuck that. I spent a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's so rude. And something scared me for this movie. The thing that scared me the most, it wasn't the movie. It was before the movie. They had that, the message they always play of like, turn your cell phone off.
Yeah.
It didn't even say turn it off. It said, like, put them on silent and keep them hidden. Like, they're not even asking people to turn them off anymore. Now they're just saying, like, just keep them out of sight. Like, pretty soon, yeah. I think we're going to see it. Like, people are just going to be using cell phones in theaters.
Yeah, I can't stand this. Ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's Quiet Place, 8 out of 10. If you like horror, if you like suspense, if you like Jim from The Office with a huge beard, hey, do it.
Well, let me ask you this. Was there any science fiction trailers before it?
No. Why? Do you want to talk about a science fiction trailer?
So you didn't see the new Han Solo trailer?
Oh, I saw it. I just didn't see it in the theater. Of course I saw it. What did I think about the new Han Solo trailer? Chewbacca, we're going to see a female Wookiee. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, we haven't seen that since like the Christmas special that nobody wants to talk about. I was more pumped after watching this trailer. I definitely am more excited for the movie, but I'm more excited for Donald Glover as Lando.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, after watching that full trailer, I don't see Han Solo. I just don't see it, man. I don't know. I'm sure the movie will be really good. I don't know.
I don't know. I really enjoyed everything on it, but yeah, I'm still a little worried about Han Solo, but Danny Glover killed it.
Danny Glover, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, whatever the hell his name is.
Danny Glover's from Lethal Weapon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this: it doesn't matter what happens if they make the holiday special canon. 10 out of 10, greatest movie ever made. And I also feel like we should do a commentary track for the holiday special.
We could. I've never actually gotten to sit through it, and I can't do it in one sitting. It like hurts my heart.
Not fan of Life Day?
No, I'm pretty sure you lose like 25 brain cells watching it. It's really bad.
I own a bootleg copy of it, so we could do it.
It's on YouTube. For anyone who's wondering, it's just available on YouTube now. You just type in Star Wars Christmas Special and it pops up. Which is like, how can George Lucas just say it doesn't exist? It's literally, you can watch it for free online right now.
He tried so hard for years to make sure that like nobody knew that existed. Like,
anybody that had like this is just like the biggest example that anything you do will never go away and people are going to find out about it. Like, you distribute it once, like it was on the internet, or like you handed it to someone, you might as well say goodbye to it forever. Like, that man has so much money, he could wipe anybody off the earth if you wanted, and he couldn't get rid of this video. And this is like pre-internet distribution. This was like just handing people VHSs, and he still couldn't get it on.
Yeah. The fact that somebody actually recorded that with a VHS, and that's how we still have it.
There's like one holy grail left, like the Origin virus. It was like Patient Zero that had it.
If anyone out there makes documentaries, make that documentary. That sounds fascinating.
Yeah, go look for that one. Screw the Nicolas Cage Superman documentary. Go look for the How It Was Made Christmas special documentary. Because someone filmed that with a camera. Like, there was a crew that worked on that movie. I know it doesn't look like much, but there was at least 5 people that contributed to that movie, I would say.
I'm pretty sure the videos on Fortress of Comic News have better production value.
Yeah.
And that's a slam on myself because I'm the production guy.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I did see the trailer. I think Lando's gonna be awesome. I think the droids and stuff they're showing look really cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's what's been the most exciting for me with these new Star Wars movies, new droids and new stormtroopers, especially like the ancillary ones. So,
do you see the ones that they have like cloth on their face? Are they? Is that what they are? Or they have some weird? They had some like weird head thing. Was it like I can't remember, but yeah, I saw new stormtroopers and like that weird like head of the, I don't know, whatever he is, but he's got like a staff and like a cape on. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I love that stuff. So more of that. I love that whole like steampunk style, like rebels that have been hiding in the junkyards kind of look. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Steampunk Star Wars stuff. Yeah, there's another trailer out too. The Incredibles 2 trailer. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, it looks awesome. I love The Incredibles, and it's more Incredibles. Sam Jackson's back, which is fantastic because more Frozone is needed.
Yeah, I mean, come on, how do you have that without Frozone?
And the villain looks pretty cool, so I'm down for it. It kind of, for me, looks like something that'll hit a bit at home because it's like the wife is out, and it's all about her bringing back the superheroes. Meanwhile, Mr. Incredible's at home taking care of the kids, and I can somewhat relate to that. And so
you don't have superpowers, Chris.
I do have superpowers.
Oh shit! You heard it here first. He does.
But yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I'll see. I don't know. I think I've talked about it before. That movie is like one of those movies that got super hyped up for me, and then I watched it and I was like, okay. It was like the same thing for 2001: Space Odyssey, that everybody says is like the greatest movie ever made. I watched it and I was like, okay. I do appreciate it for what it is. I'll see this one. Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah, I forgot to tell you this. The Ninjago Lego movie I think is out now, like on DVD.
Oh, it's been out forever.
Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I got it back in September.
The Lego Ninjago you watched?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. I haven't watched it yet, so maybe I'll watch that tonight.
It's a lot of fun. I don't
Yeah.
care for Ninjago personally, but
Same.
that movie was fun and it fits in the world that the Lego movies have been in.
Okay, cool.
And Jackie Chan's in it.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. That's right. You told me that, and now I got to watch it. So what else do we got going on here? What do we got in the news, man? Bunch of diddly dick. That's it.
Nothing. Yeah. I watched some TV shows.
Oh yeah, me too. Wow. Great that you bring that up. The
I
Flash
watched
this
The
week.
Flash. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about. Oh, The Flash is pretty important this week. So we find out that the Thinker's wife is like stuck in some loop where she just keeps getting drugged.
Yeah, it was
Over and
fucked up.
Yeah, that's really messed up. I was like, this is really messed up. This is like some Criminal Minds shit. It's like some Law and Order SVU. Is like what it's turning into. Basically, she's drugged and like she's been working on a chair to keep the Thinker alive, but like she doesn't love him anymore, and she keeps recording that part where she records a message for herself because she knows she's gonna forget at the end of the day, and then she finds out there's like 50 messages she's already recorded. I was like, holy shit. Like Flash is getting real right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that they brought this is the Kevin Smith episode that he directed. I love that they brought Danny Trejo back.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that Kevin Smith and
Jason Mewes.
Jason Mewes had a Jay and Silent Bob made an appearance. That was awesome. Like the whole interaction of like, oh man, they're security guards, and I thought Jason Mewes did a great job.
That's the most important part of the episode is the fact that Jay and Silent Bob are now in the Flash universe.
Yeah, that they're part of. They should bring them back for like a whole episode. I think if we could get the Bluntman and Chronic crossover.
Oh,
I don't know if that would be Flash friendly. They might have to like change their names to something. I don't know. Yeah, but they can figure it out. They can figure out a cool way to do it. Yeah, that was a nice surprise to have. And then the ending. The ending was the biggest part. Something about like Wells is starting to turn evil again.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it seems like that's what they're hinting towards, at least.
I think that the helmet he's using is starting to like revert him back to the old Wells.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on.
It's either that or he's like, I don't think he initially wanted to be evil, but like him being in that timeline or something or in that universe, it's like messing with him. What?
I think it's a huge twist. Like I think that they're really gonna push this Wells is going evil thing, and then they're gonna do a whole episode on it. And it's really just going to be that he's using Gideon to make the helmet to help Team Flash. I don't feel like he's going to end up being evil.
I feel like Gideon could help him either way. Like, even though if he was pretending to be evil.
Yeah.
If he's been evil the whole time, this is like the long con. It's been like exactly, I don't know, 2 seasons since we've seen Gideon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay. I hope it's something crazy. Like I want him putting on the Reverse Flash costume at the end of the season. Like we haven't seen Reverse Flash like all season, right? So wouldn't it be? I think it's the perfect time to bring him back and like have him in the yellow suit at the very end of the episode. Do it, please. I think he deserves it to be like the villain now. Like he's such a great actor and he's been through so many ups and downs. That he needs to be like the serious reoccurring villain. I'd be so okay with that. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think it's all just a swerve, personally, but
boring. See. Boo. Okay, so you saw Walking Dead this week. Let's break that down.
Yeah, what episode was it?
It's got to be getting close to the season finale, I would assume. I don't know the number. 18?
Oh, it's when... Okay, so They
Oh,
find
you
out.
you were looking for a number. You wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, Negan finds out that people are turning against him,
Yeah,
and
it was a really good episode.
yeah, and his like second or his right hand man ends up getting killed and turned into a zombie, which is pretty cool. And then
Yeah, I hated that guy. I'm so glad he's gone.
I love him personally, but
Really?
yeah, not the character. I like the actor, and the character I thought was like fun in his interactions.
Yeah.
And then Dwight's kind of up shit creek right now.
This so you know what this episode did? Yeah, Dwight is definitely screwed. I was talking about this episode. This might have been one of the most important episodes in the entire season so far because it gave you a clear cut of where everybody's standing right now. Like there was no like. There's a lot of characters throughout this season, especially you're like, well, I don't really know where their where their loyalties are right now, and it could go either way. Like Eugene, I could almost thought Eugene would have helped out his friends again. But it's clearly cut that Eugene realizes when he gets captured, he's like, wow, my group is just as bad or worse than Negan's group is. But Negan's group is treating me well, and I'm like important here, so I don't need Rick anymore. So he kind of made that decision. Now he's definitely with the Saviors. And yeah, I mean, that's just, and then you get the internal the internal conflict with the priest right now, whether he I almost thought he would have killed himself, but
Yeah.
apparently he prefers what he's doing, helping them make bullets, than death. So there was that struggle that was resolved. And then you had the whole Dwight thing. Well, maybe Dwight, I don't know, is he going to go bad? Is he going to stay that might have been a whole twist at the end. Oh, Dwight was bad the whole time. And then okay, well now Dwight's going to be a good guy still. Oh wait, now Dwight's caught. There's not that question of whether Negan is thinking, oh man, I really I almost didn't buy it. When he starts trusting Dwight, I'm like, man, this is doesn't feel right, man.
Yeah. And we find out what's in Carl's letters, both to Negan and Rick.
Yeah.
And Negan makes the proclamation that there's no more communication, there's no more working things out.
Yeah, that was kind of his stand.
Someone's going to die. So, yeah, it was a good episode. A lot happened. And, the only person we don't really have an answer for, and it's weird because I don't know what he's doing because he's on Rick's side, but he's not listening to Rick, and that's oh my god. Fuck it. I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done. I can't even remember Norman Reedus.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl. Jesus.
You don't know what Daryl's gonna do? He just wants to kill everybody.
He just wants to kill everybody. He's not listening to anybody. He's not going with the plan. He's the reason that things are fucked up to begin with. At the end of the season.
They're gonna kill him at the end of the season. Think about how much you haven't seen him. There's been no Norman Reedus the past 4 episodes. He's dead. He's dead.
I still think they fucked up back in season, what was it, 6 or 7, when they introduced Negan.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the only way that people are going to hate Negan is if he kills Daryl. It's the only way. Because they can't do what they did with Negan back in the comics. I think they're realizing their mistake.
This show is starting to fall. It's starting to... Maybe it's not. Maybe the show's not, but I don't know. I feel like they're not utilizing the characters they should be utilizing.
I do think the Negan thing has been stretched out a bit. This whole war has been stretched out a bit. It could have been done in one tight season really well, and it seems like they're trying to get 2 seasons out of it.
Yeah, we're on to your money grab, AMC. We know what you're doing.
But that being said, it hasn't been bad. I mean, outside of the Carl thing, that we didn't like, it's been a really good season. It's just I want more of a resolution to this war and what's going on.
Yeah, same. I'm still watching Ash vs. Evil Dead. Really messed up. It was probably the most... I know I say this every week, but this was the most messed up Ash versus Evil Dead episode. The villain Ruby grows a life-size Ash that's a twin of his, but he's like a demon. And what she does is she goes to like the high school dance because she's like pretending to be a like a chaperone at the dance, and Ash comes in and starts killing all the high school kids, like chainsawing them. And it's like that's like half the episode is like evil Ash chainsawing high school students while they're locked in a gym, and I was like, wow. like oh, they were pulling punches, and then he defeats evil Ash at the end, and his daughter that they introduced in the season gets killed, but she gets killed with a Kandarian dagger. So when you're killed like that, your soul goes into like this purgatory place where I think you can come back. They're kind of setting it up where you can come back to life, but we're gonna get to see like this other side, kind of like in like Stranger Things. Like there's this other worldly plane where like the demons rest before they get like resurrected and stuff. So I think we're gonna get to see that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like that. It was a great episode, but I was like, man, they must have had the episode recorded. I mean, there's no way they could plan for a high school shooting this year or anything like that. But it was just like, oof. It's kind of like even Ash versus Evil Dead is kind of a touchy thing to be recording.
Yeah, we won't get into it, but yeah.
But it was a good episode nonetheless. It's like they're really starting to explore new things, because that's what I wanted out of this show, is like to go further than the original movie, to expand upon this universe. And they've kind of referenced the traveling through this portal to the other dimension, and that's how he got to the Dark Ages. So maybe I'm hoping next season we get like him going back to the Middle Ages. Like that would be amazing.
That'd be so great.
Give me a whole season of that. But yeah, so that's good every week. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten around to watching Lost in Space yet. I don't know if you've watched any of that.
I was gonna. It's on Netflix now for anybody that's interested. It has like a 56 on Metacritic, which I understand. We don't really take that as the final say, but like,
let me put it this way: the people in my personal life that I trust with this kind of thing have told me that it's good.
Okay.
So
yeah, they made it like serious. There's like the whole robot, the original robot from Lost in Space. So anybody knows like the whole Danger Will Robinson, like that's where that's from. And that robot was not cool looking. It looked like a mobile dishwasher is kind of what it looked like to me. I don't know.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like the light bulb head. This looks it looks pretty cool. Like this robot could beat the shit out of some aliens.
Yeah. So hopefully this week I'll get to watch some of that.
Yeah, it's either that. I'm either watching that or Jumanji tonight. I haven't figured it out yet. So, but yeah, what about the comic stuff?
Comics. Did you read any comics?
I had one comic this week, but I'm still reading some trades. I had a couple. I had Bloodborne. This Bloodborne #2. Some really great art, man. If you love the Bloodborne video games, if you like all that art of like Dark Souls and stuff, you just got to read the Bloodborne comic just for the art. But the story is fantastic too. Like we get a bunch of characters revealed from the video game, like Yosefka, who has like that blood clinic, and we're starting to learn what the pale blood child is that he's like trying to rescue. But he's like making it. You're not supposed to save this child because it's like a huge disturbance in the world that they're in. And it's a spoilers for the video game. You find out that the original hunter that is in like the hunter's dream area where you like rest up is like the final boss that you have to kill. Like he's being controlled by some like crazy looking beast thing. But yeah, like this pale blood kid can like control the beast. Like he like uses his mind to, I don't know, control them, and like he can like make them not want to attack them and go other places. So it's pretty interesting. It's putting like more depth to this world, and we're getting to see cool characters from the comic, and the art is just, or not from the comic, from the video game, but the art is just so cool, man. I know that the first couple Dark Souls comics didn't really take off. A lot of people didn't really care for those, but this is great. Cool. And then Thanos this week. You read that, dude?
Oh, man, yeah.
What an issue.
Yeah. So a lot happened, and it's tough because I don't want to spoil it, but it does set up Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
So it seems like basically we will spoil it, but
yeah, I mean you got to spoil it.
So yeah, the fight's over and death is there, but the only way for old Thanos to be with her is to die himself. So young Thanos has to kill him, and young Thanos chooses not to. He chooses to instead go back in time and ensure that Thanos never exists. So in the end, we find out that this is kind of a pocket universe because Thanos goes back in time, and when old Thanos asks Death what happened, because they finally can touch, he just looks in her eyes and goes, "Let me guess, he won, right?" And that was just like chills for me. This is like, oh my god, Infinity Wars is going to be awesome.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that's what that meant.
Yeah, because Infinity Wars is coming, and I just get the feeling that's what's. But I mean, they're stopping the Thanos book, and I think that's partially because Infinity Wars is coming.
Yeah,
and they don't want him tied up in a solo book.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and Infinity Countdown has been fantastic. So I absolutely loved it. I thought Donnie's run has been one of the better Thanos runs ever.
I'll buy anything that man writes. That's how that's going now.
Yeah, I'm even buying his Venom run. That's how much I love.
Yeah, I know. I don't give a shit about Venom, dude.
Yeah,
no shit's given about Venom, but I will read it because of him.
I also had. I haven't had a lot of time to read this weekend, so I'm short on books. But I have Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 2. It was really good. It was a lot more of what we talked about last week, introducing another character and kind of building on the story and trying to really make you think that it's not Dr. Eggman behind everything.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Check it out. And then I read Exiles number 1. And this is really cool because this builds off of Original Sin and Secret Wars. So if anyone knows their Marvel Comics lore, during Original Sin, Nick Fury took the place of the Watcher because the Watcher was killed. And he became the Unseen. And now the Unseen has to watch as not only Earth, but all the Earths across the multiverse. When shit happens, he watches. And he's starting to see them slowly be destroyed little by little and taken out of existence. So he gets Blink to come and help him assemble a team. And this first issue is Blink going through these different dimensions and trying to bring her team together. So she gets a version of Kamala Khan from the future in a dystopian area where Inhumans are... It's basically the old mutant story where Inhumans are kind of enslaved and put in this one area, and they have to defend their area from the government and humans and everything because they're being hunted down. And so it's like a war-torn, badass Miss Marvel. And then they jump to another universe, and they come across this kid who has an Iron Man suit, and they end up finding out that kid is actually a version of... what the hell is his name? All
characters.
All my geek cred is gone this week because I can't think. Kang the Conqueror. He was a young version of Kang the Conqueror who found the Iron Man suit and became Iron Lad. But he's not a bad guy yet. He's still a good guy because he's still like a kid. So, and the next issue we're going to get more of the team. But it was really cool. It was like it's a multiverse hopping story and team up. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'll like this. And then Mike, you'll be proud of me. I read Infinite Crisis this week.
Oh man! Wow.
So I liked it. It is it's a lot better than Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was more action.
I've read Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it just doesn't age well.
Yeah.
And this, a lot more action. Some of it's not my DC universe because I'm more of a recent DC comics person. Mm-hmm. But I knew who everyone was and what they were and what was going on. It was very interesting to see kind of the old Superman come and Superboy Prime come back and just how it wasn't Lex Luthor, but it was his son from Earth 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what his plan was and how he was kind of like trying to bring back Earth 2 and destroying Earth 1 in the process. It was nuts. It was a lot of fun.
It was so comic book science. That is the epitome of it all right there.
Yeah, and it got me really excited to jump into 52, especially since the Trinity has decided at this point to kind of go their separate ways and leave the universe to the other heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it for me.
Cool. Yeah, I'm starting to read. I'm reading volume 1 of the Darth Vader book. That's really good.
Do you know which Darth Vader book you're reading?
The Marvel one, the most recent.
Okay, they've done 2 so far. That's why.
Okay. He's the one. I'm at the part where he's fighting like the last Jedi, the old guy, because he has to get his lightsaber.
Okay,
it's pretty awesome.
That's been the better run so far because it's him as a young Darth Vader.
Yeah, like trying to get his lightsaber. It's so badass. It's really cool.
It gets way more badass.
But yeah, that's it. Where can everybody find you, Chris?
Oh man, we're switching roles today.
Yeah, I did it.
You can find me on Twitter at Fortress Chris, on Instagram at Fortress News Chris. You can find the show on Twitter at FCN_official, and of course, FortressComicNews.com. If you enjoy what we're doing here, you can jump over to Patreon.com/FortressComicNews, throw a buck or two. Might help me buy a camera one day. And what else do we got? Oh yeah, check out the YouTube page, youtube.com/FortressComicNews if you're listening to us on podcast services. We got some cool stuff coming up, and with Free Comic Book Day coming up, we got some cool announcements coming.
Good stuff coming. You can find me at Fortress Ricker on Twitter. That's where I am.
That's where he is.
I got a few more followers. Starting to look. Things are looking up.
Moving on up.
Moving on up.
Well, I'm gonna go cook some dinner. What about you?
I'm gonna go play Gears 4 and finish the campaign. Woo!
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
See ya.